Here Mr. Jennings was helping us with the proclamation, not knowing that he was included. It was actually a trade-off between who suggested who. Whereas Archie Jennings Esquire has committed over 4 decades to advancing civil rights, disability advocacy, and equitable labor practices across the Virgin Islands and beyond, using the law, education, and community engagement as tools for justice and transformation. And whereas he earned his Bachelor of Arts in Economics from Ohio Wesleyan University in 1973, and his Juris Doctor from the University of Denver College of Law in 1976, and has since been licensed to practice law in the state of Ohio, the Virgin Islands, and multiple federal courts, including the Supreme Court of the United States. And whereas, yes, that's a big deal, whereas Archie Jennings began his legal journey with the Legal Aid Society of Ohio, representing hundreds of clients in employment, elder law, housing, transportation, and neighborhood economic development, and later served as a litigation coordinator for Legal Services of the Virgin Islands, where he led class action lawsuits involving special education, healthcare, housing, income maintenance, and environmental safety issues. And whereas since 2004, Mr. Jennings has served as the managing attorney and at present, Director of Advocacy and Assistant to the Executive Director for the Disability Rights Center of the Virgin Islands, or DRCVI, where he not only handles complex legal cases, but also mentored, trained, and empowered a new generation of advocacy staff. And whereas his legal career has also included over 2 decades of active labor relations in his private practice, where he served as counsel to the American Federation of Teachers on St. Thomas, District 2A of the Allied Metal and Optical Workers, AMO, the Supervisors Union of the International Association of Firefighters, the Virgin Islands Nurses Association of St. Thomas and St. John, WAPA's Professional Technical Employee Union, and the United Steelworkers, becoming a trusted expert in employment and civil rights law. Whereas on July 3rd, 1997, Emancipation Day, Mr. Jennings played a pivotal role in launching the Virgin Islands ADA campaign, as the Disability Rights Center initiated an intensive 8-week litigation campaign against 27 businesses in violation of the ADA. That's a big deal, everyone. Working alongside a dedicated team of lawyers and community advocates, Mr. Jennings successfully challenged the ADA Title III discrimination across the territory's medical facilities, food services, entertainment venues, restaurants, retail establishments, communication providers, and hospitality industry, achieving full compliance outcomes that laid a strong foundation for much of the territory's subsequent progress on disability rights. And whereas Archie Jennings is a certified mediator for the District Court of the Virgin Islands and a national thought leader who chaired the legal committee of the National Disability Rights Network, while providing technical assistance to agencies through McFarland Associates and the Community Consulting Group of Washington, D.C., and whereas he collaborated closely with the University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities via USED, the Virgin Islands Association for Independent Living, the Virgin Islands Deaf and Hard of Hearing Advocates, the Voices Family Voices, Beyond Vision, and many other organizations on various disability initiatives. demonstrating his commitment to interagency collaboration and early intervention. And whereas beyond the courtroom, Mr. Jennings has leveraged media to reach community as the co-host on DRCVI's long-running radio program, Ability Radio, on 107.9 FM and 93.1 FM to promote health literacy, mental health awareness, and disability rights throughout the Virgin Islands. And whereas Mr. Jennings volunteered as an executive board member and in 2013 was appointed state president of AARP Virgin Islands, where he advanced programs on aging, access, and equity, offering his leadership to an organization serving thousands of Virgin Islanders aged 50 and older. And whereas beyond his professional accomplishments, Mr. Jennings treasures his role as a devoted father to his two beautiful daughters and as a proud grandfather to his two wonderful grandchildren, who remain his greatest personal joys and sources of inspiration. And finally, whereas Archie Jennings has combined legal excellence with humility, service, and a deep personal calling to uplift others, making him a tireless defender of justice, a mentor to many, and a true disability rights champion. Can we have a round of applause for Attorney Archie Jennings, the third recipient of the Governor's Proclamation? Next, we ask Mr.